in use. Frequency in use. I can ask again. Good evening, this is Paul for PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? I thought not. If there is, just jump in here and ask for help. We'll do what we can, but I had to call 911 first. They got the gear. It's your bro. Phone's ringing. I'm on the radio. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. That may be broken anytime for emergency or priority traffic. For information on this stuff, you can see us on the YouTube right now. If you look us up on my call, K4PEW in the search block, or the word Brain Trusts, which is a one word, BRAINTRUSTS. Or you can see us on our website, 146415.net. It's 146415.net, mysteriously similar to our frequency moment, because I'm really ticked off at Yahoo. MJ_SS, that's Mike Juliet _Sierra Sierra. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, where this is net number 529. Been doing it for a little over 5 years, and tonight we're starting from the east. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators. No, we're not either. We're here to have fun. Ultimately, we seem to be developing more interest in those who are interested in getting their shacks better and build bigger and faster and just better antennas, higher antennas, and people who like Simplex tend to do that. So we could say that we've been helping people build, helping in the loose sense, build their antennas and shacks better for 5 years. Well, since 2012. All right, no, 2014. Can't even do my math. All righty. Announcements. I don't really have any announcements other than today is Wednesday, and we'll have another net on Saturday. Breakfast is Saturday morning at Courtney's in Mount Juliet. That's Courtney's Restaurant and Gourmet Breakfast. You can leave out the gourmet part. It's really meat and 3 or meat and 4, or meet and greet, whatever. It's got, anyway, good place to meet. You don't have to buy anything. You can coffee, or you can have nothing, or bring your own, but we have a good time meeting. And Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, Courtney's Restaurant, Mount Juliet. Let's see, other announcements. I said we have a net on Saturday, Friday night. Tomorrow night is the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's net on their repeater, and that's also at 8 p.m. And that is on 147.105, 147.105, plus offset in a 156.7 PL. Does anybody have any questions about those things? All righty. I think we shall start. Remember, we're starting from the east, and we'll go from there. K4 PEW, looking for check-ins east of Mount Juliet Road.
WA4ZHI. Bravo.
Nice try, Richard. Go ahead, James.
Oh, I don't have much to say. Didn't do much today except run little errands, and that's it.
You don't have to do anything, man. You're retired. What do you think you're supposed to be doing?
Retiring.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's no requirement to work other than that required by your XYL. That's the only boss you got at the moment.
Sure got that right.
No, it's family doing okay?
Yeah, they're doing all right.
Good to hear. Well, glad to have you in there, James. I knew you'd be happy about being first. And Richard's not happy about being second again, unless he's just being kind. All right, James, that was James Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. Richard, you're up next.
Good evening. Hope everybody's had a good day. Looking forward to Saturday morning. I went to a funeral yesterday. A real good 11-meter friend of mine passed away, and he's going to be missed. But anyway, everything else other than that is good. I've been working at my part-time salt mine, as they would say, and just dripping around. Hope everybody's good, and y'all take care. 73, KI4SIB, back to you.
Yeah, very good. If I thought you were going to add into the funeral, which I'm sorry you lost a friend, but thought you were going to, initially I thought you were going to have a funeral for your power supply.
No, I'm going to have them resurrected, I hope.
You got that all fixed up, or you don't? Is that the problem, or the radio?
I'm saying it's power supplies. I've got two that need to be looked at.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe ask other people if pyramids are a problem, pyramid power supply.
Well, that's what both of them are. I don't know.
I doubt it. I mean, it sounds like they've been around a while. I've never had one, but it seems like you can't have a reputation of failure if you're going to sell them.
Right.
Very good, Richard. I'm glad things are going well for you. I'm glad work's going well. Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo in Lebanon. Who's up next?
Right.
Say again?
K4IDC. I was going to tell Richard if he wanted to take a look at the power supply, but he's happy to do it.
Did you hear that, Richard?
No, sir.
Oh, that was Robin. He's saying if you want him to look at the power supplies, he'd be happy to if you bring him over.
Hey, ask him if he's going to breakfast Saturday morning.
You going to breakfast on Saturday morning?
Highly likely.
Highly likely. Okay. Well, Richard will be there in either case, so if you need me to pick him up and take him, let me know. I'll deliver him or whatever.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it, Tom. I'll see you Saturday morning.
All righty, sounds good. Who else east, please come in. Anybody else east?
KB4 SFM.
Hey, Tom, how are you this evening?
Very well. Finally got my radio to working up here. Had it in the wrong mode. But good evening to you and everyone on the net.
Yeah, the wrong mode, in the OFF mode, huh?
No, I don't know what was going on mode.
A la mode. Now, it's funny how, you may have heard me on the air, I said, and I've seen you do it, and I've seen other people do it. I was sitting here all day the other day, I think it was Saturday, and I said, man, the radio's quiet today. I finally came in here like 4 o'clock, and I had the volume turned all the way down.
I tried calling the net that way, and people trying to call in, and finally everybody gave up.
I know what you mean. I haven't done it yet. No, not on the net. I haven't done. I've done it on other occasions. Or I thought for the whole day that it was on this frequency, and it was on a frequency that didn't have any activity at all for the whole day. And I thought that is so strange. Yeah, wrong frequency.
Well, I'm so close here that sometimes with the antenna switch in the wrong position turned off, that I can actually bring up the repeater. But that doesn't mean anybody can hear me. I've had that happen a few times.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I told you I had with the antenna, that rotary antenna switch. I know on the one, the 50-watt rig. Well, they're both 50-watt rigs, but if I have it, I transmit on the wrong radio because I've got it pointed. It's really, I've got it as a radio switch, not an antenna switch. But if I transmit on the wrong radio, it'll still somehow jumps the gap, and you could probably hear me, or I know Kevin in Lebanon can hear me. So it's kind of funny. You don't even have to have the antenna connected.
Yeah, I've made a few mistakes with it, but calling the net with it not been hooked up is probably the best one. I wonder why nobody was checking in. All right, 73 to you and everyone on the net. Have a good evening. KB4 SFM.
Yeah, very good. Check me early on tomorrow night's net. K4PEW. That's Tom, Kilo Bravo 4, Sierra Foxtrot November over in Martha, Florida. Florida on the brain. Give me a break. I was living there for 35 years. That's Tom in Martha, Tennessee, of course. I think I remember that. Tennessee. Who else we got east? Please come in. Nobody. Look over to the north end, north of Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road.
WE4E.
Hey, Danny. You doing all right?
Not too bad. All things considered, I suppose. How are you, Paul?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm consistently getting mad at Yahoo. If there were a way I could get even with them, I would, other than leaving them.
Yeah, they get too big for their britches sometimes. So,
Well, there's a lot of, in fact, some of those, I don't know if you're on any of them, but some of the Yahoo groups, like one of the Yaesu groups, I don't remember whether it's the 897D or the 857 radio group, it's got like, I forget how many, 10,000 members or 5,000 members, some ridiculous number. So they're just dumping, more or less, people just bailing on these people, and they don't care.
Oh, good grief. I mean, you got time for the backstory? What have they done to you?
Oh no, they're dropping all of the features. In other words, anything we loaded up there as reference materials or pictures or anything that's in any format that goes up in a file, a folder, or a photo, or any kind of a formatted stuff that anybody uploads to that group is disappearing. It's going away. They're not going to do any user uploaded data whatsoever, other than messages, and they're getting rid of the message archive, for best I can tell.
Which is another way of saying they're running out of money and they're too cheap to buy storage.
It doesn't make any sense, because if you've ever seen pictures of Yahoo's server farms, they're huge.
Well, that's true, but you haven't seen their revenue stream lately either. You don't know, because Google's kind of come along and eat their lunch, and they have for a long time. I mean, that's what their business is they're selling everything they can possibly figure out about you and everybody else. They're selling data. And if people are buying it from other places and not buying it from Yahoo, and they can't mine their product anymore, all that free stuff that they're giving away, someone's got to pay for it.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. And if they can't sell the advertising, then it's to X number of people, because everybody's bailing on them. And now they're forcing people to bail on them. So it's like it drives me crazy, because their service has done this to me several times. I sent out a reminder at about 7 o'clock this evening to the whole group for the net tonight, which I routinely do. Well, as of 8 o'clock, it still wasn't sent out, even though I sent it to the group, and I didn't. And since I'm approving all messages now, I couldn't even get a chance to approve it because it hasn't gone through.
Good grief! Well, I hate to hear that. I know they've been around a long time. They've done that product a lot longer than anybody else, but it sounds to me like they're headed down the same slippery slope that Photo Bucket went through a couple years ago. They gave away hosting for years and years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, with millions of pictures posted on forums all over the world and stuff, they went, nope, you gotta pay for that. And they just about lost their shirt over it.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, I have a group, veterans group on there from the ship I served on, the group I created. It has about 800 members, and there's 30,000 messages that I've got to, and there is a way to retrieve them. There's some software I can get to retrieve. But 30,000 messages, and I've had that site for 19 years. And it's like, okay, abandon us, you SOBs.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a real shame. I hate to hear that. But I don't know what you can do about it. I don't know what sort of influence all of these group holders can exert. Because when you're talking about businesses like that, the only real clout you have with them is money. And if you can't go show them how much advertising money they're going to lose by doing that to you, they probably won't take your call.
Well, what's interesting about that, I'm glad you mentioned that. One of the interesting things about that is they send out advertising on everybody, to every single message that goes out on groups. And if you do figure out 30,000 messages times 800 people, that's how many times advertising's gone out on something that's free to them. I mean, it's free, so you don't have to do anything. You don't pay postage, shipping, nothing. And I made the list for them, and it's a targeted list. And I don't know. Apparently, they're not making any money on it.
Well, and that's it right there. Anytime you get something for free, you are the product. And so, yeah, you put the group together, and you give it a category and an interest and a segment and a population and a demographic and all this information, and you give it to them for free. And then they market to that because they know who their audience is. You've handed them the demographic. It's one of the things that I don't think a lot of people get about these 1, 2, 3 and Me and these online DNA tests and stuff. They're not selling you a DNA test. They're building a DNA database, and you're paying them to do it.
Yep, yeah, I agree. It's all about them gathering data about us. It's really kind of funny, really. It's not funny because, now all you need, if you put your data up on any of those sites, or you'll release it, on Ancestry.com or whatever, obviously they can, I don't know what requirements now, but the judicial system is able to get you know, what do you call it? Orders to get that data off of there so they can track you down compared to another relative who, whatever, and looking for people who are meet the requirements of a DNA they find somewhere on a bank robbery or a murder.
I'm less concerned about that than I am about the sales and marketing aspect of it. And what if your insurance company goes to 123 and me and goes, so suppose I get a look at that database there, buddy. How much does that cost me? I mean, there's a lot worse things than law enforcement. You know, if anything, it's a positive outcome in a lot of ways. But I can just see, you know, the health and car insurance and life insurance people all get a hold of that DNA database. They'll have a good time with that.
Well, I think they're already doing that to some degree on social media. If somebody applies for life insurance and want $1 million policy and they see they do hang gliding, parachuting, and wingsuits, the answer is no.
Well, then there's that. Something that I taught my kids a long, long time ago when it comes to social media is anything you post at any time, you have lost control of it. Even if you delete it right then, nope, it lives forever. It'll turn up somewhere. So you got to make sure that anything you put out there in any medium that you can think of is something that you're not going to regret later. Because there's no do-overs when it comes to that stuff. So anyway, Paul, I've taken up enough of the next time. I'm going to slide out. And listen, but enjoy talking to you. We'll pick this up another time. So 73, and thanks to you and all of that and everybody. K4PEW and Company for WB4E. Thanks. Good night, folks.
Yeah, very good, Danny. Yeah, you have to be careful what you put online. I've tried to be over the years, but I got my ham radio videos up there. Those are they're not embarrassing. We had a good time. It's supposed to be for fun. That was Danny, Whiskey Echo 4 Echo. He's in Hendersonville. Good signal, of course, but he's only a few miles north of me, north of the river there. And we have a good line of sight. Who else north? Please come in.
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec.
Hello. How are you doing tonight, Brett?
Pretty good, Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. I'm recovering from me and Dennis, W9BOQ. We're over at Robin's house over the weekend, or yesterday all day, putting in 3 antenna bases with 90, I think it was 95 or 96 bags of content.
Yeah, I monitored your conversation we're having this afternoon about that. So how's your back feeling?
Well, my back is fine once I got a good night's sleep, but it was a stretch. I mean, I'm physically okay with it, but you know, you're reminded of muscles you didn't even know you had.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got the regular Greenbrier going on over there.
Oh yeah, no, it's you would never be able to see the towers on his property unless you got a helicopter. Maybe then you'd have trouble because it's really well, not densely wooded, but it's just got a lot of growth and stuff in there. You'd never see it. I was going to mention something else about. Oh yeah, one of the funny things I noticed about halfway through the project, it says on the bags it's concrete. It comes from, I don't know, Lowe's or Home Depot. It doesn't matter because it's all the same crap. It says that, is there 60-pound bags? It says easy to handle bags.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So easy. A 4-year-old can do it.
Yeah, I didn't read. If I had read that from the first, it would have been a lot easier job.
Hey, listen, technical issue. Last night, I'm trying to get onto the Watertown repeater. Used to be able to hit it with 5 watts. I'm not even able to kick it up anymore.
Anybody got any reports on the Watertown repeaters activity level? Anybody know why it's not bringing it up easy? Because it is easy to hit. I tried it the other day too, or yesterday I think it was. Got nothing.
Okay, good. It's everybody from our side. Jeff was talking. He sounded terrible. Richard was talking. He sounded like he was right back down the street from me.
Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the scoop was on that machine, but I don't use it very often, but it's usually been a very good repeater here from the house.
Good deal, then. So it's not just me. I kept looking at my antenna. I don't think I've changed anything.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that and let everybody know, I guess. All right, Brent, good to have you. Anything else for the net tonight?
No, you guys have fun. I'll be monitoring.
All righty, that was Brent, Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec, and he's in North Mount Juliet and North Wilson County. And good signal, of course, Brent. Yeah, and if anybody knows about the Wilson repeater, let me know. Not Wilson, the LYR repeater in Watertown. Who else? North, please come.
W9BOQ.
Hey, how you doing there, Dennis?
I'm doing. I had a good supper tonight, and I made a smoothie out of kale and zucchini and blueberries, and it was really good.
As soon as you threw in that kale word, man, that's like, what are you gonna do? Somebody start making your dresses now?
Oh, yeah, I missed. I didn't get that. Something went over my head.
Kale, man, that's like a left coast thing.
Oh no, kale's great. Really great.
You didn't have a tofu cake, did you?
No, my wife cooked me some haddock and halibut. No, haddock and cod. We had it over rice. She's trying to get me healthy.
It was brown rice?
Yeah, brown rice.
There you go, man. We're going to start getting you suited up with some purses next.
Anyway, for all of you on the net, Paul is quite the stud. He moved so many bags of concrete yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? I'm lost already. It was yesterday, right?
Yes, it was all day yesterday. Well, all day, 11 to 5 or something.
Paul's 70 years old, and he moved about 70 or 80 bags of concrete. That was awesome. But anyway, we had fun though, didn't we?
Oh yeah, loads of fun. Loads of fun. Cut up my arm. After you left, I went up into the woods and got attacked by a thorn bush, and that was more blood on my arm. It was just fun.
All right. Well, if anybody else is putting up a tower or pouring a base, if you need me, I'll call you.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to be. It's tower bases are us. The numbers on this.
All right. Well, have a good rest of the night. Back to net, W9BOQ.
All right, very good. I don't know if I like the word stud or not. I'd say workhorse maybe. Stud sounds too something else. All right, that was Dennis, Whiskey 9 Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. He's in Castellian Springs. And great signal as always. And he did a nice job helping out here yesterday with some nice words about my work. But it killed me, actually. All right, who else? So we got North, please come in.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble hitting the W4YLR repeater just now.
Oh, good. Well, then there isn't a problem. Huh. I wonder, I don't know. Well, I said maybe Brent should try again or something, because if you can hit it from up there, you shouldn't have any problem any closer.
That's all. Back to net.
All righty, but you don't want to check. You want to check in from the west, don't you? Hold on. Anybody else from the north, please come in. I feel like somebody's keying up there, but I can't hear him. All they got is something. No audio. Still no audio. Got nothing. Does anybody else? Can anybody copy? Because I'm not copying anything, but just nothing. No audio at all.
I'm hearing the same thing you are. Whoever it is F4 to me and no audio.
Yeah, I got you. No, it's a good signal. Just no audio at all.
All right, then it was S4 and a belch.
Yeah, I get it. All right, let's move on. Somebody's trying to be funny, I guess. Who else? Please stop. Just do me that favor. Please stop. We're here twice a week, and we usually don't have interference. Who else from the north? Please come in. All right. Anybody from west? Please come in.
KM4YRF.
All righty, KM4. How you doing, Michael? Good report on the repeater down at Watertown.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem whatsoever, and I don't normally. And I've heard the repeater announced in the car on the way back from Ashland City tonight.
Yeah, because I know I again, I'm not a very good reporter on activities from my through glass antenna in my car when I'm sitting in Lebanon. I don't think it hits anything.
I hear that.
I can't even hear myself in the car.
Yeah, I've got a cheap tram mag mount. I've got to come up with a better mobile antenna. I'm waiting for Alan to get one ready.
There are no expensive tram magnetic.
I said cheap.
That's what I'm saying. There aren't any expensive ones. I think I bought a tram magnetic mount for my wife's car.
Well, this is the first one I bought when I got my license, and it just doesn't perform the way I'd like it to.
I hear you. Who else we got? Good to have you in there, Michael. That was Michael KM4YRF. Good to have you in there. Who else west? Please come in. Anybody else west? Please come in.
8408, this is Mary.
All righty. Somebody's doubling with me, so interference. So just bear with me, Mary. How you doing, Mary?
Pretty good, except for it's either a cold or allergies, but it'll get better. I think it's just all the stuff in the air till we have a really cold spell.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I never really have had allergies or those kind of things going on with weather changes. But as I got older, it changes, and I don't know why. I really don't know the reason. But boy, does it give me a problem. But not always. Just once in a while, where it sounded like you had some, issues going on.
Yeah, I slept about 2 hours last night between coughing and sneezing and all kind of craziness. You just can't rest like that. But so I'm kind of tired, but hope this goes away really soon.
Yeah, very good. Hope so too. And I'll give you an update. Went to Shug to the vet today. She lost another 1.5 pounds, so she's really getting there.
That's fantastic. Good for you all and for her too. That's amazing. And not in a very long period of time. She's lost pretty much.
Yeah, she got a little ways to go, but it's going to extend her life and give her a little easier. It's even, you should see when she runs through the house, it's almost hilarious because she got these little short legs and still pretty heavy, but she's just such a sweet dog to have around. She really is. She's riding in the car, she's sweet, and she's always wondering what's going on. She's a good dog.
I love hearing all your stories about her. She sounds like a good companion and a good addition to all your other doggies.
Oh yeah, man, I'll teach them a lesson to, try to, because the other ones are kind of noisy, but she's not noisy at all unless she wants to come in.
Come in from outside. Well, it's good to talk to you, Paul, and hope you continue to have a good week. And if some miracle happens, we might actually be able to go to breakfast on Sunday.
Oh, that'd be great if you could do that. I really like to meet you both in person, except on the air. Is Marty there tonight?
He's right here. So I'll pass the mic over to him. And
very good. Hello, Marty.
84 for DQK.
You don't have the allergy problems, do you, Marty?
No, I don't have.
That's right. Real men don't get allergy problems, do they? No. Everything going all right for you?
Yeah, everything's good.
I'm liking this cool weather.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's really nice to get out. Well, I can't say I love really cold weather outside, but like yesterday when we worked on those towers, it was cool and dry and sunny, and so it wasn't the worst of our problems. It could have been worse if it was raining or if it was hot or if it was really cold, but we had a really beautiful day to do the work. Well, very good, Marty. Good to have you and Mary in there. That was Mary, Kilo Delta 4 Oscar Echo November, and Marty, Kilo Delta 4 Bravo Quebec Kilo in Belshire. Who else we got west this morning?
KM4 TJF.
Hey, did you get your new device installed?
That will be Friday, sir.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the first of this week. I don't know why. What did you require, a down payment or something?
Yeah, something like that. No, actually, it was supposed to have been Monday, but with insurance questions and all that, they had to work it out. So I got approved today, and we're doing it Monday around 11:30.
Cool. Yeah, that should go well. That stuff is so routine these days. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I meant Friday.
Yeah, no, I heard when you said Monday, I knew I meant Friday. I don't know why. But yeah, no, that's terrific. But you're feeling okay in the interim here?
Oh yes, right now I'm feeling pretty good. Of course, I mean, as good as to be expected.
Well, did they give you any medication or anything in the meantime?
Yeah, they added another a beta blocker and some nitro tablets just in case.
Does that mean you got betas in you?
That's right, and a little fishy if you ask me.
Yeah, very good. Well, that was Rick, Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet Foxtrot, who's awaiting a little procedure for a stent. And so I hope everything goes well on Friday when it works out, which I'm sure it will. Anyway, that was Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet Foxtrot, and he is in Ashland City. Who else we got, West?
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hey, John. Not on the roof tonight.
Well, I finally got off of that, and I'm just doing sort of the fun, easy stuff now, and working down the list and enjoying the cool weather, which makes it easy to do.
Oh, no, the cool weather's great. By the way, it's funny. Everybody would love to have a tower, and we're over there with Rob and helping him put the bases in for 3 towers.
Wow. Well, if you're going to do it, get serious about it.
Oh, he did. He got serious, man. 3 towers. In fact, he's got 2. There's 2 guys going without towers because of him.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it is good. I can't. He's going to get on the air with that, and he's going to blow us all away. I think he's threatening to take over the net control, which would suit me just fine.
You're the voice of Middle Tennessee.
Oh, there you go. Well, very good, John. Anything special? You're getting your. Have you got it? Well, you haven't done anything new with the antennas. Did you do anything differently with the grounding or anything like that?
No, I've got. It's just all sort of a work in progress. I've got probably 2/3 of the ground system installed. Really, the most difficult part of it's done, and it's just when the roof and house maintenance stuff all of a sudden sort of came to a head. I had to sort of get that and knock that out of the way, and so very soon I'll be getting back to finally getting all these Yagis up.
Ah, very good. Well, sounds good. Sounds good. I had my fill of contractors here at the house last week. We're finally getting that fence completed, which worked out real nice. But that doesn't help me at all because now I've got to get that 80 meter. I'm deciding on whether I want to put an 80 meter full wave 80 or try to squeeze in about 470 feet of wire on the back property, which I can do about 460 or 470. And maybe with a tuner I can do 160.
Are you thinking about doing a loop?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I didn't say that, but yes.
I tell you what, if you can make that fit, that can be an incredibly effective antenna.
Well, I can't get a full 160 in there. That's the problem. And I don't know if I could do. I might be able to do just as well with a half wave 160, which is an 80.
Yeah, that would actually make sense. Just do a full wave 80, and I think you could tune the rest of it.
Oh, I'm guessing yes. So I'll be anxious to get that up and running. So I'll keep you posted. All right, well, very good. That was John, Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo. He's over in Bellevue. Good to have you in there, John. Who else? West, please come. On to the south then, south of Mount Juliet.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hello, Larry. Doing all right?
Yeah, doing all right, Paul.
Fantastic. Yeah, I enjoyed. Well, you did enjoy because if it rained, now you got to mow again.
It rained down here. Not much.
Well, then you're lucky. I got rain, lots of rain, and now I look like I'm gonna have to mow again here in a day or so. So, all right, well, very good, Larry. Good to have you in there. Yeah, it was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he's in Rockville. Who else south? Please come.
Kilo 4 Uniform Tango Sierra.
Hey, Carl, you doing okay?
Yes, sir. It's doing pretty good. So, a great read on the Bellevue call there a few minutes ago, coming in pretty strong. And then obviously my conspiracy brother out there, the one that actually understands this data we're doing good. So how are you?
Doing great. Yeah, John over there in Bellevue, he's got the same antenna I do, that Diamond X700. So he gets out really well, in spite of there is a physical barrier, terrain barrier between him and me, but he still comes in very strong to me, and everybody almost everybody on this side who's got a reasonable antenna.
Yeah, I wonder what you said was John. I think you said that. I wonder if he can hear me over here.
John, are you still there? Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Yeah, I've got a really good copy of him.
Yeah, you heard that? Good copy on Carl? You heard that, Carl?
Yeah, I did. So I've got a Diamond. I'm gonna go look up the model number on it. So I'll post it later. And I got to make sure I'm on your mailing list. So I guess maybe I need to go to your website or what have you. Unless it jumped in my spam box. But anyway, KK4UTS. I'll pass it back to Ned. And good to hear from everybody.
Yeah, very good. In fact, I did send you, I'll do it again on the, but I did send you what would be considered an invite. Now that's probably going to change because we're going to have to move the email listing group with Yahoo over to this other service, and because this one is going to be failing. So all it will be is a mailing service rather than, because we've got a bunch of resources on there for ham radio that are all going to go away.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah. So, but yeah, they, they have to change in order to keep selling us something new. So I was looking at, I think the pictures or whatever on one of these channels here. We don't have cable. We cut the wire. I've got something called Fubo. It's internet stuff. But the picker show, the guys, they're in Nashville too, but they go around collecting all this vintage stuff, and they had they were collecting some clocks, and they got to talking about the clocks you buy today at Home Depot with a battery in the back, right? And then versus the clocks in the old days that were actually worth collecting. So with that, I'll throw it back, and I'll be clear on your final, and stand by. KK4UTS.
Yeah, very good, Carl. Now you sound good, and you're being heard way over there in Bellshire. So you're doing Bellevue, excuse me. I'm sure you're being heard in Bellshire too. We've got a number of those Diamond, various models of the Diamond, depending on where they are and who had the most money. But number of guys, I think there's up to maybe 9 or 10 or 11 people have got the upper grade antennas, just as an improvement to their stations. But yeah, if you've got a good signal, they're going to pick it up just like I would. Anyway, that was Carl, Kilo 4 Uniform Tango. He is over in or near Gladeville. Who is again south?
Whiskey 4 Delta Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee Bill.
Hey, Bill, hold on 1 second. You doubled with, who was that other party? Whiskey 4 Delta something?
Whiskey 4 Delta Mike Lima.
Whiskey 4 Delta Mike Lima. I want to say that's, hold on. Didn't I just say, did Robin just talk to you earlier today?
Well, I'm a first-time Checky, and I heard about your Simplex net. The name is Doug. I'm over in the Cool Springs area of Franklin, and so anyway, you've got a great signal over here. I was curious, you're running a Diamond vertical?
Yes, this is the Diamond X700, and it's a 24-foot tall if you haven't looked it up. But it's also got a tall price, so it's not for somebody who's light in the wallet. It's $387 or so.
I'm running a 5-element Yagi on my I guess tripod rotor pointing your direction.
Ah, very good. Well, you're doing, I don't know if you're on the web, on the YouTube site, but you're doing about an S5 on that Yagi. You should be killing.
Yeah, I've got a lot of hills, and then the Yagi's mounted on I've got a tripod on my screened-in HOA, and it's beneath a hex beam. But
oh yeah, no, your audio is doing fine. It's fully readable. It's got a little bit of. You can hear it on the YouTube video if you get a chance. And you said you're in Cool Springs. Is that what you said?
That's correct. Cool Springs.
Yeah, very good. I know that using the same radio I have right now that I'm on at this moment, 50 watts, up to that upper antenna, one of those similar to a tram, those 17-foot tall antennas, the verticals. I could barely copy people out of Franklin or Cool Springs or in that area. But now I get out generally, unless conditions are really terrible. I mean, I get out 45, 50 miles in all directions, and I can get up into Kentucky and if somebody's got a decent antenna up there, I can get up into Kentucky, and I don't know how far east, but like I said, generally my footprint's 45, 50 miles.
Yeah, I'm amazed how well the verticals are working. I've got I don't know if it's a Comet or Diamond that my brother had. I haven't put it up, but I had the Yagi I picked up on a ham test, and it was easier enough to put on, like I said, on my tower, my tripod, so I can rotate it. But I may I have to put the vertical up after hearing you guys with the verticals.
Yeah, very good. Well, as long I'm blessed with a great elevation as well. I'm at one of the highest points in Mount Juliet, not the highest point in Wilson County, but when you put an antenna that's about 35 feet above the ground on a good elevated spot, it gets out well. I mean, I've never enjoyed ham radio as much as I have since I've had this antenna.
Well, I'm pointed into a bunch of hills that are not too far from me on Cool Springs Boulevard between me and Mount Juliet. So anyway, I'm having to deal with that.
Oh no, I'm with you. I understand that completely. I have some issues going southeast of me, going down towards Watertown and Noreen over in that direction, southeast Wilson, because there's like a ridge at 109 that blocks the signal sometimes, so the signal quality is really get bad.
Yeah, I'm part of the WCARES over here in Franklin, and we do a Simplex net on occasion and have a hard time on making contact. So I put up the Yagi so I can relay. But I tell you what, you're on Simplex. You're moving in more than anybody over here in Williamson County.
Well, I have two advantages. One, I got a decent mic that I got half price. I paid about $120 for it, and then it's got a little one tube mic preamp going into this Yaesu machine for 50. It's 50 watts, and with that, coupled with that antenna and the good elevation, I'm not bragging. I just get so many good signal reports. It's gratifying to know when you can get out really well. And again, I would say just an encouragement to you guys over there in Cool Springs, Franklin area. Doing the Simplex nets does drive people to do better with their Simplex, with antennas. Because it's way too easy to sit in a house with a J-pole in the attic hitting the three. I think you have 3 repeaters over there. Is that how many you have?
We've got 5 repeaters. So yeah, you 210 from just in Murfreesboro, it's just like with no antenna at all if it's that far away.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I use that line that repeaters make for lazy hams, and it tends to, because let's put it this way: you guys are running a Simplex net for the very reason you're trying to get an ability to have people communicate without the repeaters. Otherwise, who would care? But the fact is, we did that here in Wilson County, predominantly Wilson, Rutherford, because Davidson has their own thing going on over there. And now we are, because we have so many operators that can operate well and easily with the systems that they have, we become an adjunct, with their, they've asked, can you use your group, this frequency, your group, for an adjunct to the Wilson County Emergency Operations Center. So yeah, of course, that's why we're here.
Well, you sounded that's impressive. I'm glad I checked into this net just for the sake of seeing the kind of signal you have.
Very good. Well, I'm glad. Again, I appreciate the nice report. Yeah, I'm thrilled with it. Really, I couldn't ask for better. And I bought the antenna not because I bought it because as net control, I felt kind of stupid not having a good antenna.
Well, it's definitely working for you, and I know you said you have a good elevation, and maybe the line of sight's better than what I have, but you've motivated me to put the vertical up. I've got it in my garage, been there for a while, and see what I can do with it.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, and I think you'll be pleased. But again, I think you said you do have an HO. It's going to be a little bit of a problem for you, isn't it?
It is. Everything I've got a hex beam and a dipole and the Yagi and a TV antenna, but everything is on a tripod and that rotates, and I can raise and lower it. But even at the highest elevation, you can't see it from the front of the street
Yeah, what they see, they can't. What they can't see, they can't mess.
True, and the current head of the homeowner association is a good guy. So he's an electrical engineer and decent guy. So that doesn't hurt either.
Good group over there, a really solid group of hams. I've met a few of them. Arguably, say you might be one of the best groups in Middle Tennessee.
We meet on the third normal at the Webbs County Emergency Operations Center, and anybody that's out there can hear me is welcome to our website. It's WCARES, whiskey WCARES. So anyway, K4PAW W4DML.
Yeah, very good. Doug, Whiskey for Delta Mike Lima, it was his first time check-in, and he missed the first 528 nets. There's people on this net that have done training at your location with great success, and they said that that was one of the best programs they'd ever been to. So I got to say, and also some of the kit stuff you guys got going on. It's really, you got it all going on over there. I wish we could, every club could emulate that. Anyway, that was Doug. I did. Yeah, I did. That was a first time check-in, so.
And they're ahead of anybody else.
Oh, no. People on the air. That's what ham radio is about, is getting on the air, not just. Well, you don't even need a radio for that, just need a scanner. But I like to hear people from groups. You like that one over there. It really does a nice job with the people that they have, and a very sophisticated club.
Yeah. I've been up to get more rest ready for winter. Been charging up all my batteries, my HT stuff, and everything I can do on a rechargeable battery. I got a lot of them.
Well, that's good. I do too, and it is always good to be ready. You're right.
Yeah, and I do this all on solar power.
Oh, that's awesome. How big a panel do you have?
Just one. It's about a 24 by 24 panel. It does me a good job. I haven't had any problems yet, and sometimes I've used it a lot. But then I'm only operating on 5 watts too.
Right. Now, is that a permanently outside the panel?
It's mounted on my TV tower in front of a satellite dish, which is really nice. It's only sticks over on the 4 corners about an inch, inch and a half, and it's got all the angles and everything on it, and I just mount it right on there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Where did you get the solar panel?
Northern Tool.
Ah, okay. I'll have to look that up. I'd like to see what they have. I think that's a nice, in an emergency, I'm sure it'd be a hugely beneficial.
Yeah, I want to get another bigger battery. I just don't know when I'm going to get all that done.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. You don't put it off so long that an emergency comes up and you need a bigger battery.
I think I'll be all right. I got a 35 anyway, so.
Well, operating on 5 watts, and that's the beauty of having a decent antenna and 5 watts, is that you don't need a lot of power to get out and get what you got to get done.
Oh, I don't. I can charge up my cell phone and everything too.
Oh, that's great. Well, very good, Bill. I'm glad you hung in there while we were talking there. That's Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. And I didn't realize it, but Bill is on solar power as well, operating on 5 watts out of Murfreesboro. And it's Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. All right, very good. Who else we got to sell?
KE4 PJW.
Kilo Echo 4 PJW. Forgive me, I forgot who this is.
That's all right, Paul. This is Terry.
Very good too. That's right. Okay. So how you doing tonight?
Doing okay. Listening to the conversation there, you were talking about getting a Skywire loop. That's what I'm running over here on the HS side. I've got a 160 meter full wave loop, about 30 to 40 feet in the air. And I got to tell you, man, that antenna is great for receiving. I can't believe, the little amount of noise that it picks up. Just made an incredible difference. There's a lot of stations that I can't work, but I can hear them. And there's a lot of pileups since I put this thing up that I can just bust through the first time, which I've never been able to do before. So I wholly endorse the Skywire loops.
Yeah, how much? How'd you get it up 40 feet in the air on all the sides?
I got a little gadget that I use to. We use it for retrieving balloons, high altitude amateur radio balloons that we've flown out of trees. And essentially, what you do, it's a slingshot that has a fishing reel attached to it, and take lead weight, hooked up to the fishing reel, shoot it off with the slingshot, get it over the top of the tree, then pull a line back down the tree and use the line to hang the wire.
Oh, well, you've got trees. I don't have a tree in all my corners. Is be the problem. I'm going to probably get this one up maybe 20 feet in the air all the way around.
Yeah, it kind of helps to have those natural antenna support structures for something like that. The antenna itself, I made it out of electric fence. I found some 14 gauge stainless steel wire that was available, or actually it's not stainless steel. I'm sorry, it's aluminum. It's aluminum wire, and got it off of Amazon, and it's really inexpensive and does the job well.
Yeah, I've seen that. I looked up some of that stuff. I didn't see it on. Maybe I did see it on Amazon, but some of that fencing wire. Some of it would be. I forget what all the models that were available. There were several different specifications on the fencing wire, like you said, aluminum, and some of it was steel. Some of it was galvanized. Some of it was coated with something else. But I ended up getting my hands on some copper-clad steel wire for the loop, so it's going to hold up pretty well, I think.
Oh, nice. Well, that ought to do a good job for you. At my old house, I had a full wave 40-meter loop. I was on a little small quarter-acre lot. That's as big as I could get up in the air, and it did all right. On any of the frequencies above 40, below 40, it was just basically worthless. But I have seen where some people have loaded them up. I don't know how well they perform. Below their intended operating frequency for the fundamental. But I know above it works pretty good. There's a guy out in Knoxville who's a professor, Seebeck, who wrote a whole series of articles on those loops, and he was a ham. And it's interesting how the takeoff angle, from the radiation pattern is as you go to 2, 3, 4 times the fundamental frequency, it just starts going down toward the closer to the horizon the radiation pattern is.
Yeah, he's the one that they're not only do you write articles, man, he's got a whole information if you're willing to buy it.
Yeah, that's kind of sad because it used to be free, and to kind of monetize that, I guess. He had great information, but whenever he was alive, he had it available for free out there on the web.
Yeah, no, I know. There's I did feel that was kind of odd, but they have no obligation to make that public, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure that some of that information is already out there because I have some of his stuff already. But obviously, I did find it interesting that it was I don't remember it. It wasn't a little tiny feed either.
No, it wasn't. I looked at it a couple of years ago, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I have pretty good recall of the way that those patterns and everything look. It's a fairly simple design to get up in the air and get it running and everything, and they just work good. Anyway, Paul, I guess I'll go ahead and hop out of here. Appreciate you running the net tonight. KE4 PJW.
Yeah, very good, Terry. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm looking forward to having that antenna up for 80 and hopefully 160. So we'll see. And it should be good on some other fundamental frequencies too. So I'm looking forward to it. I just have you can look it up if you haven't already seen it. That's that Cobra Ultralight 160. I think it's called. No, Senior is what it's called, and it does 160 through 6, but not all that great on all the frequencies. You know, it's a compromise to begin with. But it works. I've gotten out pretty good. I've worked in quite a few countries and all the states with it. So it's not like it's a no good antenna, but it's not as good as some other. Anyway, that was Terry. It's Kilo Echo 4 Papa Juliet Whiskey. He's here in Mount Juliet. Good to have you in there, Terry. Who else we got? Where was it? East. Was it East? Please come.
Oh, it's south. Sorry.
South. You're right. I did start east. South. You were ready to get on there, South?
Hey, 4 IDC.
I really didn't remember. I got lost in my thoughts. How you doing, Mr. Towerman?
I'm well, thank you. I want to say publicly thank you to you and to Dennis, W9BOQ, for your kind assistance yesterday. And you were right, it was fun, but man, I wouldn't want to do that kind of fun every day.
Well, just think about the people who pour concrete every day. But they don't necessarily usually have better equipment than we did. They would have drug, like one of them big mixers or something. I don't know what because that's a lot of work dragging them bags.
Something, yeah. I don't speak.
We're not going to get into that again, are we?
Go home.
It's like an old friend of mine he was of Cuban heritage, and he said, "Como starch?" Yeah. Q peso. Anyway, no, it was fun and a lot of work at the same time, and I'm glad we got the majority of it done, and I'm anxious to look forward to see how well those towers work out for you, because I know you're looking forward to. Very good. That was, by the way, the one you said the one was a makeshift. That's not a makeshift. The homemade homebrew tower, and the other one was the easy. What's it called? Easy way.
Yeah, easy way. Kind of a stretch to call the other 2 towers, even though the one antenna up in the woods that we worked on late yesterday is going to be a 40-meter vertical with elevated counterpoise. And it is tower. It's made out of some old Roan 20 sections I had. The homebrew tilt over crank up is going to end up being about 40 feet tall or so. And then, the easy way tower will be about 54 feet plus the mast.
Yeah, that'll be great. I guess you're welcome to take over net control anytime.
I don't think I have yet.
Yes. You just got the gift of bringing people over to break their backs with concrete.
Yeah, well, the work has just begun. There's a lot more to go before anything's actually on the air.
Can you hear the crickets? Listen, we went over there, worked all day with my wife. Said, "What you have to eat?" I said, "Nothing." You worked all day, you eat nothing? I said, "No, I got 2 bottles of water."
Oh, you a good meal.
All right, very good. That was who is it? That's Robin, and he's technically in Hermitage, but he's 6 miles south of me, closer to Percy Priest Lake. And we had a good time putting up his. We didn't put up any towers. We just put up the concrete inside the holes that he already dug, and he's got some nice work on the base configurations and steel, and it looks like it's going to work out good. But no guarantees, since it's his work, his property, his towers, his concrete. We just were laborers. No liabilities involved. All right, Kilo 4 into Delta Charlie, and he's in Hermitage. Who else we got south? Anybody else south? Hey, man, you should have been there yesterday.
What to watch y'all? I could cheer y'all on. I remember about 20 years ago, I poured my own sidewalk, and that was a job. But, going to the mailbox is a big job now.
No, going to the mailbox is good because you got it downhill. Going back up's the job.
That's very true.
But otherwise, believe me, I would never try pouring concrete, especially by myself. It's just too much work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and you got to be ready to do it pretty quick, or you can't make any mistakes, or you'll be doing it over.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, very good. Good to have you in there, Eddie. That was Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. Glad you waited it out there. We've already blown an hour here, but I hope it's been fruitful. Is there anybody else out there south? That was, oh, by the way, Eddie's Whiskey for Bravo Echo. I'll get it. Whiskey for Echo Bravo X-ray. He's in Gladeville. Anybody else? Sal?
Oh, don't forget about the Barbie Courtney Saturday.
Well, I mentioned that earlier. Courtney's on Saturday, 8 a.m. I mentioned it on the front end. You must not have been.
Yeah, I missed it. Have a good one. W4,
Yeah, very good. I'll remind at the back of the net too. But yeah, Courtney's 8 a.m. Saturday morning. Hope to see everybody there. We have a good time. We have a good time anyway. Talk about everything, including ham radio. Anybody else late check-ins?
84 ZG.
Hey, oh, I had a double in there, but I got KD4ZGY, and it sure does sound like it. How you doing, Ed?
Oh, good evening, Paul. Good evening, everyone on the net there. I mean, you've got a lot on here this afternoon. Enjoyed the QSO and all the talking that's going on here. A lot of information being passed around.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, I personally like this better than the militant nets that just ask for your name, call, and grid square or something, you know.
I got you there. There's another man behind me. I'll let you get to him as well. Good evening to you, KD4ZGY.
Yeah, very good. That's Ed, and he's in there down near Shelbyville in a place called Shake Rag, and it's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Good signal. You're on your vertical or your beam tonight?
I'm on the beam.
Ah, okay. No, sounds good though. Sounds good. Sometimes I can't tell. You're on your vertical, and I wouldn't even know. All right, who else? Was there a double in there?
KD4TW.
Hey, there you are. Oh, there might have been somebody else in there. How are you copying people tonight there, Wes?
Well, I'm mobile, so I'm not very. I'm just glad to get in.
Ah, very good. Where are you mobile tonight?
Between Watertown and Lebanon, Tennessee.
Okay, you're not doing too bad. You're just coming north. Are you going south toward Watertown?
Headed east right now towards Watertown.
Ah, okay, I got you. Yeah, somebody was saying the Watertown repeater wasn't working right. And I'm not a good judge of that. I don't call it very often.
Yeah, good to tell you. All right, I'm glad to be in the net. KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. And a good signal to me, but mobile and a little shaky, but I'm sure other people are unable to copy them real well being mobile like you. Anybody else late checking?
Okay, I'm already.
Hey, Stan, you stuck in there, and I'm glad you did. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing pretty good. A couple rough cracks all day, but I'm slowly getting there.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we had yesterday after we were pouring that concrete, lifting all them, toting the bales and all that stuff. It was a lot of work for us oldsters. And boy, last night I was so tired because Robin said the same thing. He said, as the day wore on, the bags got heavier and heavier. By the time I got home last night, my wife, she made me dinner, and I sat down and ate it, and I immediately fell asleep.
Yeah, I don't miss messing with concrete anymore. Whenever I was younger, I used to have a friend of mine that installed satellite dishes, and he used to do all that kind of stuff. I don't really miss that kind of work anymore.
You're talking about those big satellite dishes that needed a concrete base, aren't you?
Roger.
Oh yeah, those needed like 5 square feet of concrete.
Yeah, those things are heavy.
Oh yeah, not anymore. Thankfully, they don't have those anymore. Well, I guess they do for something, but I don't know for what. Following satellites or something. But anyway, everything else going well for you, Stan?
Yeah, going pretty well, I guess. I guess you're still a little bit slower today.
Yeah, I found there's some muscles in my arms that I didn't know I had. They just hurt today, and they never hurt before.
Yeah, I understand that well. I'll hook you up, Paul.
Yeah, very good, Stan. Good to have Stan in there. That's Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Any other late checking? Any lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, preppers, SDR donglers, scanner listeners, and end time survivors? Anybody out there? Nothing heard. Well, we had 22 check-ins. It was a good night. Always a good night. Doesn't matter whether there's 10 or 20 or 30. It's a good night. Good to have people on the air. I love hearing people's stories about what they're doing on their radios, antennas, or whatever related to ham radio. And even if it's not, because it's more of a, I'll just call it a fellowship, but I'm including women in that term, fellowship. So it's it's good ham fellowship for people interested in communicating, having fun, and meeting new friends. And appreciate all you guys, all guys and gals who either are here or are listening. And I'm sure there's some people listening as well. So we'll catch you everybody later. This is K4PEW closing the net, and hope to hear you on the net on Saturday.
Hey, before you go, K4PW, KK4CS. So to follow up, I did climb in the attic. It's a diamond. I guess it's the low dollar one. It's an X200A, the diamond X200A dual base antenna that I'm working with. But I did see the